Hi, this is Crissy from Crissy Crochet. In today's project, we're going to need some number 3 crochet thread. The kind I'm using today is Aunt Lydia's. And also, Red Heart has this same type yarn. It's a little bit bigger than the number 10. Okay, we're going to also need a 3.5 crochet hook, and this one is a clover needle. And also you're going to need a smaller hook, and I ordered this set of the smaller needles to see if I could get one that would fit in the little holes that we're going to be going through on the disc here in just a second. And when I found the one that worked the best was the 1.75 needle. And this was an inexpensive set. I'll put the link from Amazon in the description. Okay, you're going to also need a tapestry needle. You're going to need some glue, and I happen to just have this art glitter glue today to use. Just one that will dry clear, and you may have some other kind that will work just as well as this. We need a little pair of scissors. So you're going to need an embellishment, and I found these on Amazon, and they are flat backed, and probably used some for scrapbooking too, but they work perfect on these discs that we're going to be using. Now, here is a partial pack of the disc that I ordered from Amazon, and I'll put that link there too. And this pack also has some cord that you can use for hanging your ornament. Okay. Now, I'll show you here. This will end up going right in the center of this disc. All right, let's get started. This is part 2 of the crochet and wood shaker ornament. And we're going to do a different pattern around our disc. And we may not make these shakers, but you can always go back to that first video to see how to make the shakers. All right. This needle is going to work great in these little holes. Now, I start with the round one at the top if you get this type disc. And again, I will put the information where I got these in the description. So just pull your thread through first of all. Okay, and we're just going to tie it on. Just make a knot in the back, and then that way we're sure that it won't come loose. Okay, and then we're going to start by using this smaller needle, and what you want to do is probably use as large a needle as you can that will still go through the holes. Now, when I made the first video, I did not have one that worked real well, and I had to twist the yarn and pull it back through because it wouldn't pull back through. This one works great. So just go through, and then just pull your yarn through. We're just going to bring that up. We're going to do one chain right there. And then we're just going to start putting a single crochet in each of these holes. So you just go through and pull your yarn through, yarn over, pull through the 2 loops, and then you have a single crochet. Okay, go into the next one, pull your yarn through, okay, and yarn over, pull through both loops, and of course that's a single crochet. And you just keep doing that all the way across. And if you watch my other video, you know that this one is working much better. And I will say, for the ones that didn't watch the other video, keep this kind of loose around here because you're going to be working with a larger needle after you get around this first row. So go ahead. And I just love these little ornaments. I like them with the shakers, and I like them without the shaker, where you put and try to make it like a snow globe. So just go all the way around. But this has been really fun, and I'm trying to vary the pattern so that you can choose the one that you like the best to make, or make a variety like I have. So you just keep going. So I will meet you back when you get back up here. You can wait for me in that last one before we connect them. We have this last hole to put a single crochet. So we're just going to go right in and pull our thread through and yarn over and pull through. Then we need to do a slip stitch to connect it to this very first stitch. So just go under those 2 loops right there and just pull through. And that one's a little difficult, but it'll come on through. Then just pull right on through your loop. Okay, now we're going to switch needles or crochet hooks, and we are now going to use the 3.5 millimeter one, which this is an E, and we'll just start from there and finish with this needle. Okay, we're going to chain 1, and this does not count when you come back around. This is just to get on the correct level as you start doing your stitches around your disc. We are going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch. Again, that first one that one does not count. So we'll go in, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through both loops, and go right back into that same stitch and do another single crochet. Okay, so you have 2 there. And then we're going to go right on over here. We're going to go under the 2 loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops, go right back into the same one, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through both loops. So now we have 2 single crochets in our first stitch and 2 in the next one, and that's what you're going to do all the way around. You're going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch, just like that. You just keep going. And sometimes there's one a little bit tight, but you can work under it and it'll loosen up a little bit. Okay. Okay, so 2 in each stitch. Okay, and I'll meet you back when we get to the last stitch. We have one more space that we need to put the 2 single crochets. So let's do that. There's the first one, there's the second one. So that completes that, except for slip stitching it together. Now right here, if you look closely, is the chain that we made. Now we are not going to count that. This will be the first stitch. See, there's 1, there's 2. So those are the 2 that we're are our first 2 that count. So we're going to slip stitch into that very first one. Just go through and bring up your loop and pull it right on through. So now we have completed the second round. Now, that's basically what we did in that first video if you watched it. But now I have a different pattern that I thought you might like for a little change for the border that goes around this. So what we're going to do is we're going to be putting 2 double crochets and then chain 3 and then 2 more double crochets into the same stitch. Now to get started with our first double crochet, we're going to chain 3 and count that as the very first double crochet. Then you're going to yarn over and you're going to go back into that same stitch. You're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. You're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through 2 loops. You're going to yarn over and pull through the other 2 loops. So now we have 2 double crochets. The chain 3 that counts is the first one, and then an actual double crochet. Now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to go back. We're going to do 2 more into that same space. So we're going to yarn over, you're going to go into that space and yarn over and pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook, pull through 2 and pull through the other 2. All right, let's do 1 more. Yarn over, and this is just a standard double crochet. Yarn over and pull up your loop, and pull it through 2, and now pull it through the other 2. So we have 2 doubles, 3 chains, and 2 doubles in the same space. Then carefully look at your stitches, and there's the first one, and there's the second one. We're going to skip those 2, and we're going to go over to the third one. So you're going to leave 2 there. You're going to double crochet into that the top 2 loops of that single crochet. So you're going to go through and you're going to pull up a loop and you're going to go through 2 loops and again through 2 loops to do a double crochet. All right, let's do another double crochet. Yarn over, go down through the space, and it's just the top 2 loops of that the single crochet in the other row. All right, yarn over, pull up your loop. You have 3 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through the other 2. So that gives you the first part. Okay, the second part is chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to put 2 more of our double crochets right into that same space. So yarn over, go into the space, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through the other 2 loops. Then yarn over, go right back down into the same space, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and now pull through the other 2 loops. And so this is what this looks like. Okay. So this is the way that it should look. Okay. You have this. This is the first one. And then here's your second one with 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets into that same stitch. Okay. And now we will continue. And that is the pattern that we're going to use to go around to make us a border on our wood and crochet ornament. So we're going to skip 2, yarn over, go through the third stitch. There's 2, there's your third one. Go just under the 2 loops, yarn over, pull up a loop. There's 3, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through the other 2. Okay, another double crochet, yarn over, right back into that same space, and then yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and through the other 2. Now, do 1, 2, 3 chains. Then you're going to yarn over and go right back into the same space. We're going to do the other 2 double crochets. Now yarn over, pull up a loop, then pull through 2 and pull through the other 2. Okay, we have one more double crochet, yarn over and through the loop, yarn over and pull up your loop. You have 3 on your crochet hook, yarn over, pull through 2 and pull through 2, and that makes your third little scallop looking set. So it's a set of 2 doubles, 3 chains, and 2 doubles into the same stitch with 2 spaces skipped in between. Okay, and I'll do one more with you. We're going to do a double crochet, and like I said, you're going to skip 2, and you're going to go into that third stitch, going through the top 2 loops. You're going to do a double crochet, another double crochet, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and do 2 more double crochets. Okay, and you'll continue that pattern on around, and on the last one we'll work it together and finish this round. When you get back around, you should have 2 stitches to skip, 1 to do the last group in, and then there will be 2 more. So there should be 5 stitches there. Now, if you just have 4, I would just skip over 2, go ahead and do that, and just have the 1 stitch in the last one. On this, I don't think it would ever show. Now, on some things, you would have to take it out. But on this, just go ahead and skip your 2 and go into the third one. And then, like I said, you should have 2 left. But if you were to have just 1 left, I wouldn't take all of it out for that 1 stitch. So we're going to do this very last one, putting 2 double crochets, a chain of 3, and 2 more double crochets. Okay. Then we're going to slip stitch in the third 1, 2, 3, the third stitch of that chain 3 that we use for our first double crochet. And of course, to do your slip stitch, go through the loop, then go pull your yarn through, or your thread, and then pull it through again, and then there you have that. So you'll do 1, 2, and I said this in the other video, I pull through 2 times like that, and it makes a knot, and I learned that from Creative Grandma. If you don't like to do that, just pull through 1 time and then pull your thread then like you normally do. But I really like this way, like Creative Grandma, which is Glenda, on the Creative Grandma channel. I think it gives a very tight finish, and that little knot that it makes will just kind of disappear when you weave in your ends. So you pull it out, pull all these little chain 3s out, and it gives it kind of a little point there. This is just a good variation of the first video that I did. Now we're going to turn it over, and we're going to take our needle. And by the way, sometimes I call the crochet hooks crochet needles. I think when I was young, we always called them crochet needles, and I tend to sometimes call them that, although now I guess most everybody calls them crochet hooks. All right, so just take your thread, and in this case, this is actually called crochet thread. Just work your thread back down like one of the double crochets, and we will hide our tails. So we'll just go right back down here, And what I have done is go ahead and just tie another knot here. Remember, we tied a knot to start with. Now, if we come here and we tie this one more time before we hide the rest of the tail, that's going to be on the back side. I wouldn't pull it real tight, but just enough to where you feel like it's secure. Okay, and then just where I work one tail in one way and then the other one the other way. And sometimes I go ahead, just as my own personal way of doing this, sometimes I just go ahead and start my needle down the edge, and then, especially if it's a little bit short, and then I'll thread it and pull it on through. And that works. That's easy. And since you tied it, I wouldn't worry about going very far. Okay, we just work our other tail in now. Just wherever you want to go, wherever it works out to where it's easy to go through. Trying to just kind of keep it neat. Okay. And I'll go through a couple more stitches here. And then I'm going to clip off the tails. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's what it looks like. Now we're going to add an embellishment in the middle, and you can use whatever you want. In the other video, I showed some buttons and different things. You can cut the back off if it's got the shank type button. You can cut it off if it's a decorative one. And you can also put the shaker. And like I said, I'm not going to go back through how to do the shaker part of this tonight. But if you want to put the shaker and put the little globe on it, you can go back to the first part to see how to do that. Now we're just going to put an embellishment in the center. And I found these on Amazon, and they are 3/4 of an inch, and they have the flat back. Now in the other video, I used some buttons that had the shanks in the back that I just cut off with a clipper and use those. But this is very smooth, where the others had a little bit of a edge to them, or at least on some of the ones that I made. You couldn't get them as smooth as this is. But anyway, we're going to take some glue and just put this in the center. And I'm going to use this one with the little packages. And in these, there's some Santas. And this is a cute little snowman. And there's Santas. And let's see, here's another snowman and a little stocking. But anyway, these seem to be working the best. So let me get some glue. And I'm just going to put some on the back. And just use whatever kind of glue that you think that will work. And I'm going to put quite a bit. I'm going to put it in the center. I don't really want it to overflow on the edges. So I'm going to use this, the little round hole on these discs. I'm going to turn it that way because I've just put everything, I've just kept this as the top, and that kind of helps me keep everything going around in this at the top. Okay. Now, just center that as much as you can, and then that needs to dry. And in the pack of the little disc that I have, there's some kind of hemp rope that's thin, and I'm going to use it just to show you how it looks for the hanger. Now, if you want to, let me get those other scissors, they're a little bit sharper. If you want to put a ribbon, or if you want to crochet just a chain to use, I'd probably go about 20, 25 chains to make a loop if you want to do that. And but this, I think with the disc being the wood, I think this looks good with it too. And of course a bright cord would be nice too. So I'm going to just cut that just whatever length that you want. And then I'm going to be careful with this because I know that that's not had time quite to dry. It dries fairly quickly, but I still like to leave it for just a little bit. And then I'm just going to come up here at the top, and I'm going to actually, I think, pull that through right there, just wherever you think would look nice, that would line up with your embellishment. Okay, and then, you know, just tie a little knot at the top. Pull that up, just whatever length you want. And I usually trim the edge just a little bit. You don't have to. And then you've got such a cute little ornament. I want to show you some different ideas that you could put on your ornaments. Now, the last time in that other video that's on my channel, I used a little poinsettia, and that was really pretty, I thought. But since I've used that already, let me move that. And on this one I've got some candy canes and some little peppermint discs. Let's try a little peppermint disc. I think that might be pretty. Now this has got sticky on the back, but I think I'm going to add a little bit more just to make sure. Okay, here we go. There. Okay. And then I'm just going to put it in the center, and this time it really won't matter because with it being round, I'm just going to try to center it the best I can. And I thought that would look pretty with the white. Now this white, this may have been the Red Heart number 3 thread, crochet thread. Okay, so there's that one with white around your disc. And as I said, it will dry fairly quickly, this type glue will. Again, if you use one type glue that will dry clear, that will be better in case a little bit comes out around the edges. So that's what that one would look like. You could put a, you know, maybe a red ribbon on this one instead of the hemp cord. All right. Okay, here's a green one. And this yarn was some that I had, and it is not Lydia's or Aunt Lydia's or Red Heart. And I really don't know the name of it, but it was small and it was the Christmas green. So you can just look in what yarn you have, and you know, you can use whatever will work to go in these holes. Of course, the yarn can't be real heavy or it won't go through. So this one, let's see, what would look good? Oh, let's put, I've got quite a few different things. I think maybe one of these wreaths with the green would look pretty. So I'm going to pull one off. And again, this one also has some sticky on the back, but I'm going to add just a little bit more, just to make sure. I got most of these last year, and I got them on sale at the end of the season, at least some of them, and got a really good price on them, like at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. Okay, so I'm going to find my little round hole because, like I said, I just like using it as my center point. Then we'll just push that down like that. So that's what that would look like. Now, I also have a cream color, and I was looking through some of my things, and I found this little star. It's like maybe a cookie, a little star cookie, and I thought that was cute with those colors. So I'm going to put a little glue here, and some of these were just miniature ornaments to start with, and then I took the the little hangers off. Okay, now let me turn this one, and you can see how you like that one. It's just a matter of preference. You can dress them up or make them fun or make them for kids. Put the shakers on for the kids if you would like to do that. We used a picture in the last video that worked out real well. And so that one, that's what that one looks like. And then you can just match whatever kind of cord or string or ribbon that. If you want to put a crocheted hanger, all you'd have to do is crochet a chain of something like 20 to 25 of the chains and then hook it. And actually, when you're finishing up, you could also just go ahead and chain then and hook it back in would be another way. And I'll show you some of these others. In here I've got like Christmas trees. And if they're buttons, you'll have to cut off the backs so that they'll lay flatter. And there's some little gingerbread men. And there's a little Santa. And I've got some candy canes. Some of these, this one's a good one for these. That's a good size. And then over here, these are a little bit bigger. But I've just got some different things that I've collected to have to use for my ornaments. Also, you could crochet a little flower in the middle and put it in there too. So there's lots and lots of different ways that you can fix your crochet and wooden ornaments. I wanted to show you the difference in the part 1 pattern, which is this one. This one you have the 5 double crochets. Then you skip 2, you do 1 double crochet, 3 chains, a double crochet, and that's the pattern. So this was the part 1, and you can use this for whatever occasion you want. So here's one that's a fall one. And I wanted to also mention that we can turn these over and take a magnet, and we can put that on the back, and we can have us a little refrigerator decoration. So let me open this. And this I got at the Dollar Tree. I've been visiting their Dollar Tree pretty often, getting supplies. They've got lots of cool stuff and a very low price of $1 each. So I say that that's my cheap thrill of buying items that's $1. Okay, so we could just take a magnet, and all we'll have to do is just put the glue. Let's get the glue. And these, oh, there's 2 in there. Okay, there's 2 there. Okay, so that should be yeah, that's the side that's going to fasten to the refrigerator. So let's put a little glue here on the back. And we can just put that on the back of this one and let that dry. And we'll have us a nice little refrigerator magnet. And as I said, this is the comparison of the two patterns. So you can see there's quite a bit of difference, but either pattern is really easy to do. It's just not a hard pattern. So again, I hope you have enjoyed this, and I certainly have enjoyed making these. And it's fun to put the shakers on them too. So if you want to do that, go back to the first video. And you all have a very nice evening. Please hit subscribe if you haven't. And please like the video if you enjoyed learning how to make these little ornaments. Thank you, and we'll see you later.